Declutter your space, darling. Blessings are trying to overflow.
The Divine Library with your girl Molly. The Divine Library is open.
Welcome back to the Divine Library. I am your Divine Librarian Molly. The Library Divinity is now open. Let's get into this message, okay? Collective, this message is inspired by a lot of posts I've been seeing on my Pinterest board about, cleaning and decluttering your space, okay? And before I get into the message, I have a quick little announcement. Check me out. Woo! Your girl has just released her guidebook, okay? It's called the Real Shit Tarot Guidebook. If you'd like to support, it's linked in the description box below. It has a list of all the tarot meanings, okay? Explained in a contemporary, dumbed down way for you to understand so that you know the real deal holy feel when it comes to tarot, okay? End of my announcement. Back to the video. Yes, collective. So there is something new that's coming into your life, okay? This could be something that is returning, okay? Something that you thought you lost, collective. This could be like an answered prayer that you thought went unheard. This is an answered prayer that you thought went unheard, okay? But something about the magnitude of whatever you're asking for is asking for you to release the old, okay? And this is in like a practical sense, like releasing old things, okay? Getting rid of old bags, old baggage, okay? Things that are broken, things that have expired, okay, in your seasoning cabinet, all right? That one can from who knows when that has like been in there for years in your cabinet, something about that is significant, okay? Getting rid of old beauty products or the containers and stuff like that. Getting rid of just old expired things in general, old shoes, okay? Last time you wore those shoes, you were walking in places that you have been delivered from. Ain't that something? That's a word. The last time you wore a pair of shoes, you were walking in places that you have been delivered from, okay? It's like old work shoes, shoes that are tattered, shoes that don't look nice, okay? They're beat up. It's time to get rid of that. Trying to get rid of them, okay? So that you can step into something new. Ooh, I just felt a quickening. So you can step into something new, okay? We have purpose at the back of the deck, okay? A lot of you are stepping into a new chapter, collective, that's more aligned with your purpose, okay? Which is why anything that is not aligned with your purpose, that's not aligned with your growth, that's not aligned with your ascension, it has to go. It just gotta go, okay? Gotta go, okay? If you haven't worn that shirt, that top in 3 years, it's time to throw it out, okay? If it can't go with 3 things that you got in your closet, that, quirky top that you got, throw it out. It's time to throw out the old so that you can bring in the new, all right? So what's going on? I'm also getting with chaos in reverse at the back of the deck. Something about, you'll feel more at peace when you let go of these old things, okay? Old papers, old paperwork, just like keeping stuff that gotta go. Okay, for some of y'all, you just graduated school. Maybe you graduated school last year and you still got old notebooks of stuff. It's like, that shit gotta go. Okay, throw it out. Okay, donate the things that can be donated, but throw out that stuff that you don't need. Old receipts, okay, stuff like that is significant as well. What's going on? It's time for the collective declutter, to declutter their space to make room for their blessings. Playfulness is out here. This card talks about having more fun in life, not taking life too seriously, enjoying the little things in life. What I'm getting from this card is like the 10 of Wands reverse. It's time to cut the dead weight. It's time to drop the baggage so that you'll feel more freer, so that you'll feel more free to be more fun or have more fun in your life, okay? The things that we hold on to can sometimes weigh us down and keep us like, it's like sludge, an energetic sludge that makes you feel as if you're weighed down and you can't do certain things, okay? Because you're still holding on to, objects that retain memory. Things retain memory, okay? That sweater that you wore when you would cry and have, terrible days in, and that's your comfort sweater, that sweater gotta go because we have happy days on the way. We have more fun, lighthearted days on the way, okay? And it's time to release those things that have memory attached to it from times that weren't really, the best, okay? Okay? You'll feel more free when you release these things that you've been holding on to. You'll feel more free. Okay, it's like you're shedding these old versions of you, and it's like coming out in this way where it's like you're releasing these things that the old you used to cling to, that the old you used to wear, that the old you used to have in their possession. Okay, what else is going on? They have to declutter to make room for the new. Okay, boom, answer. That's the answer. If you've been feeling like, you know, low about yourself, or just feeling like, you know, you want to change, or looking for something to change, start getting rid of old shit and make it fun. Okay, do it with another person. Okay, maybe it may be like a bit too much, or it may seem like a lot that you have to get rid of, but sometimes when you do it with other people, it can be fun. Okay, going down memory lane, like, remember when I did this, or remember when I had this? Wow, look at her, I'm not her no more. Throw it away, you know, and make it like a ritual. You can ritualize it if you want. Okay, yeah, period. But this will give you some sort of closure from the past. Okay, and the longer you hold on to these things, it's like there's no closure to the past, or this past version of you that's trying to exit out of your life. And it's time to throw away those things so things can come to an end. You're not holding on to those things because it's in the trash. Okay, and the trash man gonna collect it and take it to the junkyard where it belongs. Okay, what's going on? That the collective needs to make room. Make room for these blessings, baby. They gotta make room. They need to declutter. You gotta declutter. Uh-oh, we got anger out here. Yeah, some of the things that you've been holding on to, collective, okay, on an energetic level, this could be like past pain or bitterness towards other people. It's time to release that as well. Okay, it's time to release that as well. Some of y'all would benefit from doing a fire release ritual. Okay, because this could be declutter your heart, declutter, you know, your emotional energy. Okay, free yourself of these emotional blockages. Okay, that could be manifesting in anger towards like other people, or holding on to anger towards other people. It's time to release that as well. Okay, release that as well. Yeah, renewal. Look at the fire here. Something about transforming your pain into power. Okay, transforming your pain into power, releasing these things that, you know, it could have been wrong, the things that people have done to you, but don't let it have power over you. Some of y'all would really benefit from some sort of fire release ritual where you can channel that anger into, you know, that page and release it with that fire. So you'll feel renewed on the inside. So decluttering your heart space, decluttering your emotional energy. Okay, old emotions that have been stored within you that need to be purged. That's what this is giving. You have to have some sort of purging. Okay, something about transforming the anger that you feel into another medium, into something so it doesn't live within you. Okay, what else is going on? They have to declutter. They have to declutter. Okay, I'm also getting that some people are angry over this new version of you as well. Some of y'all, you could have had a temper problem. You could have had an anger problem. Okay, in the past. You could have had an anger problem. A lot of you, you're healing from that, or you have healed from that version of yourself. You have been renewed. You found a way to channel your anger into other things. Some people are very surprised as to why you have this carefree attitude. It's because you're starting to let things go. You're starting to change, actually change. And I feel like the last layer of that is releasing things that are in your reality that, you know, is connected to that past version of yourself. Okay? What else? Yeah. We have deep thinking out here. Something about specifically releasing anger is specific. Releasing anger. All right. A lot of you have been thinking about the things that people have done to slight you, the people that have came up against you. Okay. A lot of you could have been thinking about that. It's okay to be angry. Okay. It's okay to be angry, but you can't stay there. You can't stay there, and you can't hold on to it forever, because eventually it's going to start to burn within you. It's like holding a fire coal. I'm looking at this person's hand. It's like holding a ball of fire, right, on the inside of you. And eventually it's going to start to burn you up on the inside if you have nowhere to, you know, release that pain. which is why some of you need to do a fire release ritual, okay? So this energy or this, these situations, these people, these events that have happened can stop taking up space in your mind, all right? Yeah, manifestation is here. You have a manifestation that is on the way, okay? And that's why the divine wants you to clear your mind, clear your energy, clear your space of all these, this baggage that you may have been unknowingly carrying, so that a manifestation can make a landing in your life, okay? What's this manifest? Oh, yes, honey. Yes. What's this manifestation for my divine YouTube collective? What is this manifestation for my divine YouTube collective? You manifested this, but it comes with shadow work. Working through your shadow with this owl card being out here. Deep shadow work. All right? Releasing. Okay? Gaining that inner wisdom to be able to receive this. All right? And I feel like a part of the shadow work right now is releasing. It's releasing. Releasing. Not taking things too seriously. Part of the 4 agreements, okay? Not taking everything too seriously or personally. Excuse me. Don't take anything personally. All right? Be more lighthearted. Okay? Let things go. All right? What else from my divine YouTube collective? Decluttering their space. Making room for the new. Yeah, learning. Learning. Feeling tested with the situation. Searching for knowledge. A lot of you have been faced with the test on closure. The idea of that people need to give you apologies for closure, or that there needs to be a final ending in order for closure to happen, when really the moment that you decide something is over and you release it, that is your closure. The closure that you're looking for is within yourself. Some of you, you're not going to get that. You know, I saw 12 when I looked up. So something about the hangman. Some of y'all could feel like you're stuck or you're stalled, okay? But it's time for you to bring an end to a situation that you could be waiting for other people to bring the end to you, okay? You are the out. You don't need someone to give you an out. You are the out, okay? It's time for you to release the things. You to close the book. Don't wait for nobody to close the book for you. You can close the book anytime that you want. Okay, a lot of you had to learn that lesson. That you don't need closure from people, okay, to close a chapter in your life. Those people who wronged you are probably not going to apologize. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. But all you can do is forgive, release it, and free yourself and keep moving forward. Okay? And release the things that aren't aligned with you moving forward. Okay? We have alien out here. Yeah. A lot of people could have alienated you, could have made you feel singled out, could have made you feel like you were alone. All right? Like you didn't fit in. Okay? But you weren't meant to fit in. You weren't meant to fit in. They weren't meant to understand you. Okay? A lot of these people are going to understand you when it's too late. They're going to understand you when it's too late. You're going to start making sense to everybody when it's too late. Everybody who ever doubted you, everybody who ever slighted you, okay? Thought you wasn't going to be nothing. Okay? They could not understand who you were because that was on purpose. That was on purpose. If everybody accepted you, if everybody validated you, honey, you would never learn. You would never release those people. You would never release the things that have been dragging you down. Okay? You would never do it. Okay? So these slights had to happen. And it may have made you feel alone, right? But it was all a part of your transformation. It was all a part of your renewal. Okay? It was setting you apart to go upward. Okay? So don't get caught up in how you may have felt alienated or felt isolated or felt like you were misunderstood, because that was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen. And yes, it's wrong, right? But it contributes to your growth. It contributes to your growth. It does. I'm trying to tell you, it does. All right? You're becoming a new version of yourself, okay? I feel like the divine is guiding you to become a new version of yourself, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. With the alien card being out here, it's going to feel uncomfortable becoming this new version of you, right? But at least you're still becoming. At least you are still becoming. We have good news here. You have good news that is on the way, okay? You have good news that is on the way. And a lot of you weren't able to understand why you were going through certain things, but the divine is asking you simply right now to just make room. Make room for the good news that is coming your way, this manifestation, okay? Make room for this good news. A lot of you are about to hear back from something. The same things that you thought was scorching you were the things that were forging you. Come on. Come on, God. Thank you. Thank you for that. The things that you thought were scorching you, the things that you thought were burning you and scalding you were the same things that were forging you. You were being forged in the fire. You were being forged in the fire, honey. And now you're in this point where things are being burned away, and the divine is asking for you to burn some things away at this time by letting go of clutter, okay? Getting your house in order, okay? Shedding those bad habits, getting rid of that as well, okay? Freeing yourself of toxic emotions, all right? Because there's good news on the way, and that they've been trying to tell you to make room. Some of y'all been getting some sort of messages that you need to start, donating things and letting things go. Stop holding on to shit, because it's like why you still got that purse from 2007? Let it go. Let it go. We have marriage out here. We have marriage out here. Okay? For some of y'all, this is specifically in regards to your heart center. Somebody's been trying to work on your heart. God has been trying to work on your heart, okay? But more so, somebody's been trying to keep you closed and guarded so that you won't be open to receiving, okay? You won't be open to receiving love. If you're holding on to bitterness and anger and resentment, that is like mud in your heart chakra. And it's not going to be the good conditions to receive new love, because you have all that shit there, which is why they're guiding you to release this bullshit, okay? And declutter. Because they're trying to get you to come into alignment. A lot of you have had love on your mind, okay? You want some change in regards to your love life, because I'm looking at the flower bouquet out of their head and the flower bouquet in her hands, okay? Some of y'all been thinking about your love life, right? But this is what you need to do to get in alignment with what you desire. It's time to make room, make space, okay? Dating, okay, a lot of y'all is for your love life. Divine timing on the split. Divine timing, honey. Something is going to happen in divine timing when you are ready, when you are aligned. And part of the thing that is going to make you get into alignment is shedding the old so that you are ready for the new, okay? And the new, this could be a new person, okay? Someone who's going to court you, okay? Yes, honey, it didn't make sense. It may not make sense now why they're telling you to do certain things and let this go and let that go and do this more and do this less, but they're trying to prepare you for something that you've been asking for, okay? So make room. Make room for this blessing, honey, because you're about to overflow. Woo! Wow. But that is the message, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to the Divine Library. The Library Divinity is now closed, okay? Let me know what you thought about this video in the comment section below, okay? Let me know what it is you want to see more out of me, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend if you care. And my guidebook is linked in the description box below if you'd like to support. I would really appreciate it. But the Library Divinity is now closed. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye!